Hey, what's going on, ladies and gentlemen? My name is Rayge, and we are back today to revisit the Danger Room now that it has returned in its entirety. As you can see, we have a little bit less than a week here to do this, but good news, guys. I already had a chance to go through it real quickly in terms of just trying it out to make sure it was still consistent. As you can see, we have 50 gold tokens built up just from us just demo testing it, but I want to go through that real quickly, guys. Strategy is going to be the exact same. You want to make sure all these initial freebies are actually taken care of, because what you'll see is that characters like Cable, Storm, Emma Frost, X-Men, they're going to be gaining some Hellfire Club synergies. Immortal X-Men, Hellfire Club also getting a value there, in addition to Fantastic Four MCU. Franklin Richards, of course, if you want to go the Fantastic Four route. Personally, for myself, there are some really impactful cards that we can take advantage of, more notably some of the X-Men characters. That's really how I would personally recommend if you don't have Fantastic Four built up. So let me just show you. I actually did start on difficulty 10. If it's too much for you, I highly recommend you guys maybe starting off with like difficulty 6 or 7, working your way up. But for myself, difficulty 10 feels right because we can get lucky with some RNG, and preferably for myself, I want to get this done sooner rather than later, as I usually do most of these events, especially if they're one and done. So you have those activated here, so we'll hit enter. For myself, guys, and this is very similar to what I did before, is that I highly recommend characters like Emma Frost, X-Men, Storm. For myself, I like the synergy of Astro, and because both Shadow King and Emma Frost, X-Men came in with me for my Age of X progression, I have value there. But characters like Storm and Cable, they're going to give you value. Characters like Rachel Summers, Azazel, Emma Frost, you'll see that we're likely going to build them up and recruit them along the way. It's just for myself anyways, I felt that this starting tandem here has been really good for myself, just because they have the astral synergies. I'm just trying to take a look at maybe some healer isolate to actually allocate a little bit of support there. But I really like Shadow King. Even though he has big cooldowns, he has really good support, and the assisted attacks coming with Emma Frost, X-Men. Now, one of the big reasons why we do want to bring in a character like Emma Frost is because, as you'll see, and hopefully we can get this done in the recording, is that there are these Omega level Omega level cards that we can take advantage of, and it does include characters like I said earlier, including, you know, Storm is kind of a big one, because if you have her and saving her at the very end for that massive ultimate on the boss node, that's really how you get it done efficiently and quickly, even in if you're starting off on difficulty 10 without much of these packs being activated. So you can see here, you go through different packs. Some of these Isoway, Poker, Raider, Hands, and Skirmisher, if you have their synergies here, they can definitely for sure add up. So I do like the Raider one because that's quite prominent for myself, and yeah, it's just not a good choice here, unfortunately. But what I want to showcase for you along the way are some of the characters we'll pick up, and then do a few notes here to see, you know, just really to illustrate how quick this can be, right? And again, guys, I understand you may not have all your characters at gear tier 20 like myself here, but remember, I'm doing this at the high difficulty, so just scale down based on what you have in terms of your gear tier. If your character is only gear tier 16 or 15, just go down the difficulty. Obviously, I'm doing it on the highest level because I already have both these characters maxed out. But having said that, I definitely think even if you don't have them at gear tier 20, with enough packs, with enough of those gold coins, you can definitely make do, because that's really the shortfall of what they can make up, right? There's a lot of bonuses to be had in the Danger Room that you can take advantage of, and that's kind of the fun and nature of it, right? Every run is going to be different as you go through it, and that's kind of the beauty of the game mode too, especially if you enjoy that. So we'll still keep kind of compounding some of the damage. I like the on-kill allies gaining offense up, and then now we finally get to our first care package where we can start taking a look at some of the other characters that we can have up for grabs. Now, you can rent for sure. Like, for example, this Azazel is very powerful, gear tier 20. I usually do that in the, oh, sorry, misclick there. I usually do that in the run where I feel like I'm probably going to get to the finish line all the way. Otherwise, I'll just use my own because I don't feel confident in obviously using those 10 tokens that we're given every single day. So just something to be on the lookout for there. And then some of the matchups where it's almost like if you don't have enough synergies, enough characters and bonuses or cards activated, you might actually find yourself in a matchup where you won't be able to win. These first few ones should be pretty good, hence why I'm okay just using some big abilities there just to clear out of the way. I don't expect this one to go to the end, but I'm trying to build up my gold coins, and again, I just want to see if I can get those Omega level cards shown on screen here, so that way you can see what I'm referring to. But yeah, once you get to these care packages, make sure you always try to pick these up, because it just gives you more of a chance here to pick up some of these impactful cards, and sometimes they're just not impactful, and if they're not, that's how you know it's probably not going to be the run that you're looking for. But again, that's you know, you may be a fan of it, may not be, but it's the beauty of this game mode, in my honest opinion, because there's a lot of nuance to it, and part of it is the fact that it's unpredictable. It's never going to be the same run ever, and some runs are going to be very, very smooth, and then other ones are going to be ones where you want to just pull your hair out, right? So, and that's the beauty of this game mode, like I said. Previously when I did this, I think it only took me like 3 or 4 runs. But yeah, as you can see, like we're not doing too hot right now. This synergy is not working too crazy great right now because we haven't got any of those Omega level cards. And again, there hasn't also been an opportunity to recruit a character like Storm, who does a lot of damage, especially if you can rent her. My goodness, that's how we were able to finish with last time. I didn't, my Storm was only gear tier 18 before. So yeah, this looks like it's going to be a failed run, guys, unfortunately. But that's kind of, again, that's the nature of it. You just have to rinse and repeat, and once again go through it again just to see. But be on the lookout for that. So as you can see, we got an additional 30 coins now, and then again we're just rinsing and repeating. You could try some different combinations out too. It doesn't have to be Shadow King. You could use Storm first if you want. We could do that actually, just to switch it up here. Maybe we'll get lucky with her Omega card. But either way, what I'm trying to drive home is to get this done and finish up all the way, you're going to be needing to do 2 things, right? One is obviously rinsing and repeating. And remember, guys, if you have Rachel Summers, she can be very useful because obviously she counts as that Immortal and as well as Hellfire Club, so kind of some dual synergies there. But again, because we're in difficulty 10, you might find that it'd be very difficult in certain respects, right? So that's just something to be on the lookout for there. And even in this first node here, this is not a good matchup, and this is why I'm not a fan of using Storm from the get-go, because typically if you can rent one that's stronger, you'll get her at gear tier 20, and then you'll also get the packs. But I also like Emma Frost because there's one that actually allows us to benefit off of 2 Emma Frosts being on our team. So that's kind of the beauty of having her, is that when you get the Omega level card, there's a chance you can actually have 2 Emma Frost. So this is kind of an illustration of her abilities. I'm just blowing her ults because, again, at the very beginning, you're basically just going to be wanting to build up some of these gold coins so that way you can get some additional stat boost for yourself, and then work on those cards. And you if you notice that you're not getting some of those impactful cards, that's when you just have to take your time with it until you get a meaningful one, right? So again, this is not a great combination, but just to illustrate at the end of the day how you're going to be doing this, and watch out for those Omega cards. They're going to be the big ones here that we can take advantage, and they turn our characters like Storm and Emma Frost into absolute juggernauts. And again, I like Shadow King because we can just use this big ultimate just to clear all this and get it over with. And as well, like I said, I don't feel good about this run again, but we can at least in the meantime get some additional gold coins and stack it up for the next run. And where the excitement comes is when you start noticing how good of a run is, and you're thinking, oh my goodness, I think this is the one. It feels good. There's a good amount of offense happening here, and then obviously we can take advantage of that. So I'm going to try one last time here. Let's see if we can pick up an Omega card here. Yeah, I guess Mortal is kind of the best run there. Okay, nothing there, guys. Yeah, so sorry I wasn't able to showcase for you, but yeah, be on the lookout for those Omega cards. And like I said, highly recommend Shadow King, Emma Frost, and Storm. They're going to take you to the finish line. Hope this helps you guys out, and I'll catch you guys in the next one.